What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. Breaking news, breaking news. All right, we got action, we got action. It looks like it's finally starting to happen. Even though we hear this every other year, all right, Kathleen Kennedy is finally out the door. At least we hope so, all right? This is on the Hollywood Reporter. It got reported by Puck News with Matt Maloney. And Matt Maloney, he generally gets it right. Generally speaking, he gets it right. Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy expected to retire this year. And yeah, talking about the ups and downs of the Indiana Jones and Star Wars franchises. Hey, look, it's a long time in coming. This chick should have been gone probably 6, 7, 8 years ago. Right when The Last Jedi absolutely shit the bed. It's like, you know what, Kathy, you ain't the right person for the job. All right. Here's a nice fruit basket. See you later. Bob Iger should have got her up out of there. But we've all talked about this at length. Let's see what's happening right now. Okay, let's see what the news is. And then we can talk a little bit about what Star Wars can possibly do to resurrect itself. After more than a decade in a galaxy far, far away, Kathleen Kennedy is charting a course towards retirement. The Lucasfilm boss has told associates she plans to retire by the end of 2025, Puck reported Monday night. Reps for Kennedy and Lucasfilm were not immediately available for comment. And then they talk about she joined Lucasfilm in 2012 as the co-chair alongside George Lucas, and then a few months later took the reins after Disney paid $4 billion for the company and Lucas exited. All right. And then it goes on and talks about like some of the stuff that she dealt with. Listen, man, Disney Star Wars has just been a hot mess, a hot disaster. Kathleen Kennedy was the architect of it all. She was the architect of this giant mess that Bob Iger went out and spent $4 billion on it. And the reason that she destroyed it really comes down to ideology. All right. She has her broken ideology that's not really conducive to creativity. It doesn't create. All right. It just destroys. And it destroyed Star Wars. Certain amount of women are going to be in the story group, and we're going to have certain amount of women, being employees here at Lucasfilm, and I'm going to have a female director, and we're going to have a female-led Star Wars movie, and on and on and on. And it's like, okay, where did that ideology get the franchise? Nowhere fast. Nowhere. It absolutely destroyed it because, again, every time you start with ideology above and beyond everything else, look what you lose. You lose one of the greatest franchises of all time. Trying to shove ideology in it and think, hey, everybody's still going to like Star Wars, right? Wrong. And so, yeah, the franchise has been absolutely destroyed. It says here that she held one of the most visible and scrutinized jobs in Hollywood, and it was not always smooth sailing. No shit. And that was her fault. All she had to do was adapt the EU. Imagine, I want y'all to sit back and think about this for a minute. Kathleen Kennedy had like a goose that lays the golden eggs right there in front of her. Hey, just let the goose do what the goose does. You don't have to do nothing. There is a mountain of material out there that you can just adapt. Just find good directors and writers. Hey, go adapt that. Take off. Have fun. I'm going to go golfing. All right. That's the easiest job. Yeah, it's a highly visible and highly scrutinized job, but it should have been the easiest job because of all the material that you had to work with. You literally just had to go out there and adapt the EU. This was a no-brainer. But she decided to go out there and push ideology, and yep, you see what the results are. So yeah, she fired Chris Lord and Phil Miller as the directors of Solo. Yep. The film went on to be the first Star Wars movie to lose money theatrically. She also sidelined Rogue One's director Gareth Edwards, replacing him with Tony Gilroy, who was brought in to oversee reshoots. Other projects that were promised never materialized. Rian Johnson's trilogy, another one overseen by Game of Thrones showrunners D.B. Benioff and David Weiss. Daisy Ridley's upcoming return to Star Wars has been languishing in development since being announced to fanfare almost 2 years ago. I mean, and then they're going to talk about some of the successes. The Mandalorian, clearly one of the better things that they did. It was a breakout hit, multiple spinoffs. Andor was critically acclaimed. So you have all of her little successes, but then we also have multiple shows like The Acolyte. Where's The Acolyte in this list? I don't see it anywhere. All right. We got The Acolyte that failed to hit the zeitgeist, sparked worries of diluting the Star Wars brand. Oh, it's absolutely diluted. It's not just diluted, it's destroyed. Thank Kathleen Kennedy for that, all right? And then coming up, they got Mando and Grogu, and I don't know how that's going to do. I honestly don't know how that's going to do. I was thinking that she was going to at least hang on for this, but if she's going to leave at the end of the year, hey, you know what? Get on up out of here. You know? Your last one, your last celebration will be coming up. Hey, everybody give her flowers, give her roses, say thank you, and get lost so we can get our franchise back. But now, speaking of getting your franchise back, so the question now becomes, can Star Wars be saved? All right. The first thing you had to do was get rid of Kathleen Kennedy. First step looks like it probably is done. All right. All right. Expected to retire. So first step is out the way. Now, what happens next? Okay, so I'm going to go over 4 things that I think absolutely need to happen if you're going to save Star Wars, all right? If you're going to save this franchise, and I still think it can be saved, but you're going to have to make some drastic steps, all right? The hardest choices require the strongest wills. Let's see if they get it, all right? So the first thing you got to do if you want to save Star Wars, the first move, fire everyone, all right? Fire every single solitary person that's working over there at Lucasfilm. No exceptions. Everybody's gone. Dave Filoni included. Hey, everybody, you're going to get fired, and then you're going to reapply for your jobs. You can reapply for your jobs. Some of these cats ain't coming back, though. All right? Some of these cats ain't coming back. All of these woke activists that are within the company, especially in that story group, all right? A lot of them cats got to get up on out of here. All right? Nope, you can't come back, all right? Everybody that was whining, calling people racist, because you didn't like the character Reva. Oh, you're a racist. You don't like Reva. Yep, fired, gone. All right. When they try to come back and give it a resume, just laugh at them. But yeah, you got to get some of these cats out of here. All right. You got too many activists working in Hollywood these days. You got to get some of these activists out the door. So this is the easiest way to do it. Hey, we're doing a clean house. All right. We clean in house. All right. We're going to doge this thing. All right. You got to doge Star Wars right now. And that actually would help like Lucasfilm all the way around with like Indiana Jones. Maybe they could, get some people to fix Indiana Jones while they at it. But Star Wars is the priority. You got to take care of Star Wars first. All right. So fire everybody, rehire. The next thing I would do, recanonize the expanded universe. You've heard me say this many times. I literally just said it on this video. You have a mountain of gold that you have yet to mine. You have a mountain of gold. Easy pickings. How do you not just make the EU? There's no way in hell I would have dropped the ball like this, like Kathleen Kennedy did. You mean to tell me we got decades upon decades of books that haven't been adapted? We got Heir to the Empire. We got Shadows of the Empire. You mean to tell me we ain't even touched any of this stuff? We got all them little Rogue Squadron books and stuff. We got the Jedi Academy books, man. Like, what are we doing? Man, get that stuff out of here. Man, I'm about to go on the golf course. Y'all go ahead and handle that, man. This is a no-brainer. There's nothing to think about. Yes, it immediately recanonize the EU, all right? Recanonize the EU. There you go, all right? The next thing you got to do, recast the OG trio. You're going to recast Han, Luke, and Leia. Some people, that's sacrilege. The way Mark Hamill been talking lately, I ain't got no problem with it. Recast every Han, Luke, Leia, recast them. You can go ahead and recast 3PO as well. Although I still think Anthony Daniels is down. He would probably do it. But nah, just go ahead and recast everybody. But especially the original trio. And then make Heir to the Empire. That's your first project out the gate. Heir to the Empire. All right. Whoever you want to play, if Sebastian Stan can be Luke Skywalker, fine. I don't really care. But you got to recast the original trio. Age appropriate for where they fit in. And then off we go. Easy stuff, right? This is what they should have done. All right. I know a lot of people didn't want to. Oh, no, I want to see what happens with old man Luke. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, we don't need to see any more of Mark Hamill. All right. And then finally send Disney Star Wars to Legends. And that's everything in Disney Star Wars, including Andor. It's just like all of the stuff in EU went to Legends. Like, okay, then send this trash to Legends. And if people still want to watch it, you can keep it on Disney Plus under the Legends banner, all right? You put it on Disney Plus, it's under the Legends banner. They can do whatever they want to do with it at that point. but you keep the expanded universe as the real canon. There it is. If they did these 4 things, I guarantee you Star Wars can come back. People would get excited again. There would be some Disney Star Wars fans that would cry and moan, but they would get back on board pretty quick, I imagine. Because a lot of those Disney Star Wars fans would be like, yeah, man, this thing is kind of falling off. And, you know, we should be getting heir to the Empire. We want a better Thrawn, not the one that we're getting out of Dave Filoni's nonsense. Yeah, again, you got to keep Dave Filoni. And listen, I said this earlier on the Andor video. Dave Filoni, you're doing cartoons, all right? You're back over there in animation. You do great there. I think Dave Filoni is fine over there in animation. Perfect. Get your ass over there, all right? And then you can let Jon Favreau handle all the Disney Plus television shows because he seems to be solid with that. And then you let Tony Gilroy or you let some other filmmaker make the movies. You don't do this hodgepodge nonsense that they've been doing. Oh, we're going to hire a different guy for this, for this, for this. No. One person, one vision. And he's handling all the films. Star Wars is a film franchise. That's where it's going to get saved. So you get him. I would get Tony Gilroy to do Heir to the Empire. I really would. That here's the books. You, Timothy Zahn, sit down, work out the scripts. It would be dynamite. But anyway, that's my thoughts on what we can do now that we know Kathleen Kennedy likely is out the door. Is she really gone? I guess that's really the question, you know? Because if Kathleen Kennedy doesn't leave, you know, and we're being teased right now, I'm telling you, man, I'm like, oh, man, I'm going to have so many videos to make about this. But yeah, I mean, the day that she announces her retirement for good and we get the full obituary, I'm telling you, man, I am going to absolutely throw the biggest party in the world, man. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. Is she gone? Is she not gone? What do you think of my 4 points on how Star Wars can be saved? Again, these are hard cuts. These are difficult choices, but that requires a strong... And then who do you bring in to run Lucasfilm? That's another question, you know? Something I haven't really given a lot of thought to. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.